And that's it. It is full time at the Atlanta Stadium. England 1, Argentina 2. And these are the Argentina fans about to see the final whistle being blown. They know it's coming, seconds away. But unfortunately for these England fans and these England players, they've fallen at the penultimate hurdle. And there it is, the Argentina fans celebrating there, knowing that their side are through to another World Cup final. The reigning champions, remember, through to yet another World Cup final. Just keeping an eye on what's happening at the Atlanta Stadium as well, and all eyes on Lionel Messi, of course, the icon of that Argentina team. He's done it again. His 2 assists, by the way. He set up Enzo Fernandez in the 86th minute for that equalising goal. It was then his cross for Lautaro Martinez in the 2nd minute of injury time to get the winning goal as well. And there's been so much talk about Messi, his age, whether he can still do it on the big stage. And I think throughout this World Cup, he's proved that indeed he can. Messi there on the pitch, celebrating with the rest of his Argentina teammates. Meanwhile, on the flip side of the coin, the England fans, heartbroken, despondent. A lot of them in shock, I would imagine. Pandemonium when Anthony Gordon put the ball in the back of the net 10 minutes into the second half. And in those final few minutes, it looked like England possibly could hold on to that 1-0 victory and could possibly win through to a World Cup final. But Argentina showed their class throughout. They knew how to handle the big situation. They got their equalising goal. And then they got their winner. And you just see the contrasting emotions of football here, don't you? Absolute heartbreak for the England fans. Delirium, though, for those Argentina fans. Decked out in their blue and white kits. They are going to watch their side in yet another World Cup final. And it means that Argentina will go on to face Spain in Sunday's final. England, on the other hand, after losing that semi-final, will play France in the 3rd, 4th place playoff. That will be on Saturday. And just a reminder then of how this game panned out. It was Anthony Gordon's goal in the 55th minute that gave England the lead. Enzo Fernandez then equalised on 86 minutes. Lautaro Martinez got that goal in injury time to set up that final against Spain in the World Cup final. So heartbreak again for England, looking to make their first World Cup final in 60 years, but it wasn't to be. So here's how the game was viewed by the England fans up and down the country. After a goalless first half, the game really sprung into life, where I mentioned that Anthony Gordon goal. That put England ahead 10 minutes into the second half. And the England fans just letting loose, just celebrating. Wild scenes in Brighton as well, when England scored that goal. That was actually the first shot on target in the match. And up in the northwest, in Manchester, drinks absolutely flying everywhere, confetti falling around the England fans as they celebrated that Gordon goal. Well, these were the scenes at the Hill Dickinson, as former Everton player and local lad Anthony Gordon got his goal, put England in front. Meanwhile, Argentina fans watching on here in Buenos Aires, deflated after that first England goal. Supporters were still hopeful that their side could come back into the tie, though. And how about this? When Argentina were denied by a huge Jordan Pickford save as he kept out a Nicolas Gonzalez header. When Argentina continued to push forward, Alexis McAllister hit the post, much to the relief of the Brighton fans there, or the fans in Brighton and across the country. But with 5 minutes to go, as I mentioned, Enzo Fernandez snatching a late equaliser. Argentina fans absolutely delighted with that one, celebrating wildly in the capital city, Buenos Aires. And this is how the fans in Manchester reacted to that. Yeah, pretty much the same here in the Sky Sports News office, I think. Hands on heads, disbelief. They thought they could hold on, but they couldn't, and there it is. Buenos Aires once again for those Argentina fans when they see their side take the lead and go 2-1 up against England, their old enemy. Pandemonium there. And then in Brighton, yeah, the moment Argentina scored their second. I don't think it's quite sunk in for those fans. Their hopes of reaching the final seemingly ended. Let's head back then to these live shots of the capital city of Argentina, Buenos Aires, where I think the party is very much in full swing here. They've seen their side beat England 2-1. Excitement, delight, relief, probably through some of it as well. Everyone kitted out in blue and white. It's Argentina that go through to the final. They will play Spain in that final of the World Cup on Sunday. Yeah, heartbreak then for England, their fans, the players as well, who are absolutely deflated on the pitch at the full-time whistle. Let's just show you the story of the match in terms of the stats. It started very, very, very cagey, this one. It was nervy. There was a lot of butting heads. There were a lot of fouls being thrown around, and it seemed like the referee was okay with letting the players sort it out by themselves. He didn't brandish too many yellow cards, despite all the fouls that were happening. But as you can see here, it's Argentina who had the majority of possession, 64.3%, compared to England's 35.7%. And they had the majority of the shots as well, particularly in that final 30 minutes of the game where they piled the pressure on England. 15 shots for Argentina in this game, 5 for England. But I suppose most importantly is those shots on target for Argentina. 5 shots on target, 2 goals in comparison to England's 2 as well. And an XG, their expected goals for Argentina much higher. 1.84 for the Argentinians, 0.53 for the English. So as I said, it was Anthony Gordon that put England 1-0 up on 55 minutes. A really, really good cross from Morgan Rogers, who, remember, had started out on that right-hand side for England. There were questions about whether he should be starting at all, let alone on the right-hand side, when we usually see a player like Morgan Rogers on the left for club and country. He started, he made the difference in that second half by providing the assist for Anthony Gordon, who did so well to get away from his marker, beat his man to the ball, and put that ball in the back of the net. And that meant that Anthony Gordon had been involved in 6 goals in 7 games for England. That goal, perhaps his most important, but after that goal, the tide of the game completely changed, and Argentina threw everything they had at England. And on the 86th minute, it was Enzo Fernandez who smashed home an equaliser for Argentina. An assist, by the way, by the great Lionel Messi. And then, just a few minutes later, 2 minutes, plus of the 90, it was Lautaro Martinez who headed home what proved to be the winning goal for Argentina. And that cross, once again, coming in from the great Lionel Messi. 2 assists for Messi on the night, and a 2-1 win for his side, Argentina, as the reigning champions go through to another World Cup final. They will play Spain in that final on Sunday. Yeah, okay. We've got much more reaction and analysis to come.